Tim. Hi, Saina. Thank you very much for coming to Spain to talk with us. Really grateful. I know you are very busy and you find time to come and to talk with us.
We love Spain, so we always come here anyways for
That's
vacation.
great to know. We used to have better weather, but it's not bad. We would like to talk with you about a few things today. So one of the things that I would like to start talking about is we have recently have a very close collaboration with a few projects. And I would like to understand and to know how you feel that collaboration. It has been easy, especially you, Saina, has been involved with Manuel and with my team on the collaboration. How do you feel this collaboration?
I think we always also say that working with you guys was one of our best experiences as one of our clients, but it's mostly about the way we started and the way we went forward from one project to another, and how as we progress we kind of understood each other better on what is it that you guys are after in terms of the type of visuals, the type of video, or the type of experience, and for us to understand how to incorporate that in our workflow and how to bring that, especially working with AI, how that affects the way we prompt, the way we bring the workflow together with the team. And it was quite a learning experience to see which parts are better to start in advance or think beforehand, and which parts are something that we can adjust afterwards with a bit of more conversation.
Great. The information that I got from my team is that has been really easy working with you. The way you show a project is difficult. But the collaboration in the information that I have is that has been very easy. You have given us all the possibilities. You have been very flexible with every change that we were asking to you. And honestly, in my point of view, the final result has been very successful. We have been a lot of people asking on social media about what we have done, and has bring our project to a different level in terms of how we present the project to the world.
And it's also the honesty between the both sides communication, because if I present something to you and you feel like you don't like a certain aspect of it, you explain why you don't like it. And that gives us a bit of more understanding of how to approach it better, as opposed to just saying, I don't like it and I don't know how to go forward from that. But that whole back and forth communication and having the flexibility, of course, on both sides to understand what are the possibilities that we can find. Some things are planned in advance, but some things are what we call happy accidents or surprises that come along the way that are quite nice as well. So that was something that we really found interesting within the communication.
No, completely agree. But I have to let you know that we have collaborated with other companies for other projects. Honestly, with you has been easy. We created a team. The answer was quick, was efficient. The timing has been efficient, and the final result amazing. So we are really happy. Thank you for your passion. So I would also like to understand, because we are incorporating AI to our workflow in the last year. How do you feel this is going to impact in our world?
I think AI is a big subject, and we can branch it down to a few different categories of impact. There is the immediate impact of the type of work that we've worked on together. Some of the synergies that you've experienced working with us is also due to our ability to try to understand what you guys want very quickly and be able to implement that with immediacy with AI. So this is a technology that allows us to communicate more clearly. So if you're saying you have this idea, let's say ARK wants to do this villa with this particular aesthetics, we can start on day one and provide multiple aesthetics, such as you and your team have seen together, that we provide a lot of options so that we can discuss what direction to go. And very quickly, our design conversations become very fluid. You know, traditionally you spend a week to model and then to render and to show the visuals. Now we start with a conversation about the style, the visual, the look and feel. With that, this technology allows us to be better architects in conversing with each other.
AI is going to make us much more efficient in terms of creativity.
Yeah, so creativity is one of those things that people think AI will take away, but the reality is that creativity is a human endeavor. AI is here to hallucinate possibility. So I think possibility has been expanded, but that does not mean the creative responsibilities is dissipated. We still hold that responsibility in making sure we make the right decisions. You guys were our clients. We had to look at what you guys represent. And that's also why we try to understand from our side, because we are practicing architects as well, and we're developing villas. We are also similar in the way we present to the public on very, I would say, efficient on social media. We understand how today's technology in the digital realm is important to represent ourselves aesthetically and through a signature, developing of brand, developing of vision. So that's a whole package. And so when Saina and I are working on these projects with you guys, we're not just thinking about what looks good. We're thinking about the spirit, what you will represent to the public, to the buyers, to new audiences that are looking in the algorithm, to potential investors. And so there's a much bigger topic that we are trying to cover.
No, it's really interesting. I honestly think the AI is not an option. I mean, let me explain. AI is here to stay. It's the future. There's no room for negotiation there. It's like when the computers came to our world or when internet came. Yeah. So we or the professional start adapting to this big revolution that is going to suppose in the future AI, not only for working, but also for our lives, or maybe it's too late. So this is, I have been exploring and looking into how AI improves and accelerates the design process, and it's completely amazing. And the most important for me is how fast everything goes, and how fast what you can do today, in 1 month, you can do much better, and in 1 year, much, much better. And it's something that we need to get in immediately, or start using these skills, because the office or the architectural team that doesn't want to look at this, maybe in 1 year will be completely out of market, in my opinion.
This is one of those technologies, as you say, that is here to stay. It's nothing short of a revolution. If you're talking about electricity or steam engine, what brought the Industrial Revolution to place, and computers of what brought the information age. AI to us is something that is going to start the next epoch. It's the information age of today, and tomorrow is going to be the age of AI. Because what I see is how, machinery took out the labor, the physical labor that humans need to do. There's still people manning the machines, but much less. And now we have intellectual labor being taken over. So now it's a question of, what kind of labor that humans still need to withhold, still need to take responsibility, because so much on the intellectual labor side is going to be replaced. And so that's why, sitting here, we talk about the highest level of conversation is about what we can maintain as the human aspect, as technology like AI takes over everything else that we're currently doing.
Yes, completely. The other day I was making a reflection of how I approach to a project as an architect. So my reflection was that the way I approach the project is not going to change. Let me explain. So every project starts with the understanding of the place, of the climate, of the client, of the needs. So this reflection about these things before I start sketching the project will always remain. The big difference with the AI is once this initial approach of the project has been made, the possibilities that the AI will give us and the fast that we will move through the project will be much better and much more efficient. Yeah. So for example, from one initial thought the AI can bring us a world of options and possibilities of visual approaches that can accelerate us to decide which one is the more effective for your project. But even I can go more. The AI can put on the table solutions that your brain maybe never imagined. So it's a new way of thinking architecture what is coming. It's a tool, but a very strong tool for architects. I think it's not going to replace human, but it's going to help human to be like superheroes, like much more efficient. So it's going to help us to be much more efficient, to do better projects. I think we don't have to be fear with AI. We need to use AI for our job and for our lives. I don't know what you think about that.
There is a saying that has been going around that AI won't replace you, or AI won't replace architects. It replaces the architect. The architect that uses AI replaces you in a way. So one of the things that we come across when we're designing is, at least going both of us from pre-AI traditional practice to post-AI, is that previously we used to sketch an idea, then bring it into modeling and drawings, and then make the model, then start doing visuals, the render. And after that whole process, you realize, oh, it's not what I had in mind, or it's not what I imagined, or then the client doesn't like it. But right now with AI, you can quickly sketch, as you mentioned, visualize the different options, have 20 options that you can look at, quickly understand what are the strengths and weaknesses of each of them, and bring them together to create a better solution in a faster amount of time. And it also improves the communication with clients, because us architects understand quick sketches, we understand models, but the clients need to see semi-final results, and that takes time, which is now being sped up in a way.
But what is curious about the AI is that after a few approaches, she starts thinking like you. So it's completely crazy. But we have been making some tests, and it learns fast. It learns faster than human. And that surprised to me. So when I saw these first trials that we did with AI, I say, wow, we have to be careful with this. We need to pay attention to this. It makes things much better. So do you think that, for example, imagine that, would you be open to a collaboration on a project, but on a different way? So for example, our collaboration now has been, we have a project that has already been designed, and we need produce marketing tools for social media. But do you think our collaboration could be more on the creative phase? So when we start a project and we have a visual identity that we want to explore, do you think you could help us on that?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we are architectural practice. We founded a company to design and build projects. Like I recently announced the one in Switzerland that we just went into the public phase. Right now, we're building a lot of projects globally, and it was just last year that we began our visualization as a separate service. So that was just something that was fun for us to do on the side, and Sino was also leading that as well. But now we are actually doing more the creative and design work, because as you say, you notice how much more powerful this technology is in the creation of ideas. And so we're trying to distill the capabilities of machine intelligence and AI so that any design, you get the best possible design, And that's only possible if you know what you can do. So if we collaborate right on day one or day two, we can explore a deep ocean of ideas.
And you feel well collaborating with companies like us?
Yeah, I think, design is a collaborative process. Whether it's collaborating with you guys.
Makes the process much more rich. And,
yes. The diversity of opinion and perspectives is what enriches a project. So even our team, we've built a team from all over the world. Everyone is from a different country. not two-person is from the same country, which is a very unique aspect of us. Working in London, that's kind of a efficiency we have. But there's an intellectual dialogue between us and the clients. So it's always a collaboration. And with us and you guys, if it's two architects, that's also collaboration. And even in our own team, it's a collaborative process because our team is not a very top-down kind of process. We founded the company in order to allow everybody to have a difference of opinion, and we work very creatively, collaboratively. And so I think in today's age, we have to be very open-minded. And that's why also with AI, we're open-minded to AI's suggestions. We can't say, oh, AI didn't do it the way I like. I actually say, AI, explore it. Give me, like you say, she, explore. Give me something creative. And if I like it, that's an opportunity.
Completely agree. How do you feel the immediate future and how do you see the long future? I mean, let's say 1-2 years margin and 10 years.
I think the first 1 or 2 years, it's still a bit of different architects and architectural practices getting rid of their stubbornness in a way with AI and starting to see the possibilities and trying to catch up. So whichever, let's say, practice has already caught up on AI or has already started is already going to be one step ahead. And that's one of the important things that we always emphasize with our research and making sure that we're on top of the technology. And within the 10 years, we will come to a point that, I mean, obviously, it's part of our everyday life already, but it's more of a, nobody's going to question it being there. It's similar to, as you said, internet. It's part of our lives anyways. And potentially, if we want to think long term, it might be that the consequences that it has on our built world might be better than if it was just humans doing it, given that it comes up with better solutions, it can analyze faster, it can predict what can happen, let's say drought if it comes, global warming, this and that. It helps us analyze more scientifically and provide us with possibilities in a faster and more fast-paced way. But it's an opinion.
And I'll approach it from a more technical perspective. In the last 3-4 years, the first revolution is the diffusion model. This is the visual models that provided us with this type of AI creativity that we're using for design. And you've probably seen some of how creative it is. If you were to study your villas and do something creative but follow your style. So that creativity is the sort of the stylistic correlation that it's capable of replicating. This is the diffusion era revolution. And we've definitely profited off of this opportunity in the last 2 years, building a company that specializes in this. But what's more important is the next decade, where this technology moves into the technical side, is able to provide quantitative results in terms of optimizing spatial usage, optimizing the use of material for construction, and maximizing the quality while minimizing budget cost, and expediting the construction phase, expediting modularizing and mass producing elements, and helping us design architecture more efficiently, more sustainably, and allowing this all to be a integrated process with AI. And so what that means is our construction industry, our specialists, they're all going to be somewhat replaced, I would dare say, by this technology. Because our side, we're the creative side of this career that is more human, and that's related to what we believe clients want, what human values want. But later down the road is also a lot of problems about solving piping and plumbing. Those are more just about efficiency and what is the best technical solution. And those sides of that will be taken over by AI more.
Very clever reflection. But I have the intuition that AI is going to suppose to the human a similar revolution to the industrial revolution on the 20th century. That was completely, it changed not only the way we work, but also the way we live. Yes. So I think this AI is going to be something similar. in the next decade, in the next 10 years.
Absolutely
So
agree.
we still don't know how deep is going this to impact in our daily lives and in the way we dream, we work, we love, we live in general. This is going to change the world.
I think if we're talking about from that perspective and the grander perspective, AI will be replacing the idea of working and earning money and living our life in the traditional way. The commodification of services will no longer be the case, meaning that if there's a service, it's there as an option. Everything else can be completely AI, meaning that we don't need jobs. I don't think the fact that you need to live to earn money, that might not exist anymore because of how much AI can replace all the jobs that we can do currently. And so what that means is in the future, there may be universal income. We may be dealing with a society that's going to be relaxed and just not thinking about work all the time. And then we're going to think about doing things we want, just things that are preferences. If you prefer a human architect to do an artisan villa instead of an industrialized process, then that would be a choice.
Completely agree.
So that's a different future,
Yes.
and we're no longer going to maybe spending currency the way we do.
Definitely is going to be a different world. So I thank you for your time. I hope we can have this conversation in 10 years. So we will see if what we are thinking today is
How
true,
right we were.
hopefully. I hope that we will continue our collaboration together. For us has been a pleasure, and I think you have made us better. Thank you very much for coming to Spain to have this amazing chat and helping us to learn much more about this new world.
It's an absolute pleasure for us as well. Thanks, Manuel.
Thank you very much. A pleasure.